Okay, now it's recording. So the whole thing is I go down. This is a series, so this is a rough and raw stage. It'll get better, but I go into these emotional spirals where I start to think about what I am in layers, right? And so I go down to the DNA level and I start to think about all the injustices that are being done to people around the world, things we've been doing for so long, things we're doing to the earth, things we've been doing to other species, and how we are trying to force dominance when, there is a system to these things. And as a woman who's had a series of different types of health issues, one, I have a physical disability in my arm that was given to me at birth when I was pinched with forceps. I have a half an ovary left, or one slice and a half, according to medical papers, and one that was removed by a hospital that didn't even care about my OBG being one of the best surgeons in the state for women's health care, and they just took me as a race, as a number, and just removed something from me without really consent, but under extreme duress and coercion. And I look at how women, so this is my apology. We have been put in places, women, that we've had things taken of us, our bodies, men, small children. We've had things taken from us. We've been violated. We've been told that things are supposed to be nice, but for someone else's gratification, they're taking power away. They're using a natural piece of our humanity, and they receive pleasure, but they rape, they take without permission, they force into, and what that leaves, that violence, that pressure. Some of these women, I've seen dark faces and demons come through these people. If you're willing to rape someone, you have a whole nother level of sight of you. And I don't know if you're in control of yourself or not anymore. See, we have these trigger spots, these places. The women, they're healing. They all need to heal, and they're still under stress. As long as we're fighting on this earth, as long as we're suppressing each other, we are still in a state of hurting ourselves and hurting our future. So women, I'm avoiding this. I'm skirting around it because I don't really want to talk about it. It's too much. When you survive these things, just as our ancestors have survived these things, think about how, unless these people were honest and respectful, they're about power and dominance and rights and rules of marriage, or rules of society, or rules of, they would take from our ancestors. They would take permission from them. They would stick their penises, their fingers, objects around them. They would stick them in orifices and holes. They would poke and prod and rip and pull, squeeze and scratch at a human's body. And the majority of people are having colon issues, intestinal power center issues, and rape issues. We've got a lot of uterine stuff happening. So we have to actually say that I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that you were violated. I'm sorry that my blood was violated, that someone in my line received the most violent way of creation. creating something that's can be beautiful and connected. And these spaces have been numbed out, and they have been, overshot by the media, overshot by the outside world. It's gratuitous sexuality, as if that is what makes it feel any better than when it's connected with someone you actually connect with energetically. Sexuality can be shared safely, but if you've been violated, it takes time. If you've been violated, your body remembers. We remember over generations, and this is also part of our disease and our disorder within our society. So slow down. If you see something, say something. We can't keep letting these patterns of toxic sexuality continue. Now, people can do some freaky shit, but that's on them when they consent to it. Taking someone's life, hurting someone, taking a child's innocence, taking terror for people. This power, it's not sexuality. It's not a healthy understanding of another's body, but now we're used to it. Now we're being pushed at it again. Forced where something else can enter. It's another rape. It's another form of our mind, of our consciousness, of our spirit. It should be a choice. And if it's not chosen, then allow for evolution as it does what it does. We should be working together, not in coercion or owning another being. And I'm real sensitive to people wanting to own my ass, wanting to control. What do you think certain avenues were created for? Why do you think people still look down and don't listen to the black woman? Well, here I am, a mother, here I am, responsible for the world, and I need you to forgive those women, those children, because I believe children are an extension of a woman until they graduate into their own personhood, and then they are themselves. But we need to respect each other, and it doesn't matter, because we can't change the past. It doesn't matter what we coulda, shoulda, woulda, nothing. We're here now. And what we do now is we forgive and move forward and do what's right and stand up for what's right and what's correct. And forcing anything is incorrect. There's so many layers to this, and I wanted to do an impassioned apology for rape victims, for all of us, really, because we're all victims of something in our lineage, especially if we have a lot of disease and disorder, and without the ability to eat healthily and have healthy inputs of information. Our media is all crazy. Our government systems are clearly power hungry. All of us know something is incorrect right now. We know it's incorrect. And for those who don't know it's incorrect, look at their eyes and see where their center is, because they might be in fight or flight. We've all been traumatized, especially in the United States, especially when they've not allowed natural birthing processes. I have an arm that shows that doctors don't always know exactly the perfect what is everything, that science isn't correct all the way. I have a midwife who said that she saw this beginning to happen, this twisting and curling of the arm of the baby, and she massaged it. Imagine if someone massaged that baby versus poking it and prodding it and wiping it vigorously. That's not what's necessary once you enter into this earth plane. And this is a later conversation, so I'm sorry. This is the first of many. I love you. Stay blessed.